Hi, Jon. It's great to have you here in the show today. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Felipe.
Yeah, let's talk about Data.World. I know it's really, really big on the open data world, but
Yeah,
also as a catalog on the enterprise world.
absolutely. So we started Data.World with the intent of building better collaboration tools to make doing data analytics work more inclusive, more transparent, more collaborative, and really help to increase data literacy and accessibility of data across the open data community and enterprises.
Yeah,
You know,
that's 2016. You start
Yeah,
Data.World.
yeah, and we've been so lucky. We have over 2 million users across both the enterprise and our community, and to be able to help enterprises apply the same tools and ideas and principles that the open data community has been doing to increase data literacy, to increase data adoption within enterprises. As a data catalog and governance platform, we've been incredibly lucky.
Yeah, and I keep hearing from Snowflake customers that use Data.World to catalog their data.
Yeah. Snowflake has been a phenomenal partner to Data.World and really a technology that has fit like a hand in a glove for us, both for helping build out our platform and integrating to our customers' Snowflake deployments as well.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about why Snowflake, what have you built with Snowflake, where are we going? But I love to start with a demo of what Data.World does.
Absolutely. I'd love to present that to all the viewers too. All right, so here we go. Before I jump into Data.World, let's talk about the problem we solve for enterprises. And that's really, how do you scale data analytics practices across your organization? The answer to that is trust. Data volumes are growing at a tremendous rate. People are spending a ton of time trying to find that data, understand that data, trust that data, and there's just not enough people to help with that. So we've built an incredible data catalog platform that aids with discovery and governance that so many Snowflake customers are deploying and using, and integrates so nicely with Snowflake being cloud native. Now, the data catalog platform itself really covers three primary personas. We start with analysts and data scientists who need to consume data, find it with our data catalog application. Then we appeal to the data governance crowd by tracking process and providing compliance and audit. And then finally, we help data engineers communicate with downstream consumers of that data and build up trust by providing great applications like lineage, automation, and monitoring and communication back and forth between the producers and consumers of that data. All of this is built on a highly extensible knowledge graph architecture that really enables you to extend your data catalog and governance practice across the entire enterprise. We are also really, really proud to be the only data catalog and governance solution that's powered by Snowflake. We solve these data discovery and governance problems particularly well for Snowflake customers, being powered by Snowflake and being so integrated with Snowflake, representing so many different Snowflake objects. And finally, that knowledge graph architecture adds both graph query and virtualization capabilities on top of Snowflake as well. And I'm really excited to show all these things off. Now, we start in Data.World with the idea of search, right? Now, if you have a great data catalog platform, it needs to be able to help you find that data quickly. I'm going to limit this search to a demo organization, but you can see here, so many of our customers use this to represent different domains, different organizations across their enterprises. I'm going to limit this search here to our demo organization, Indepth, where our semantic and knowledge graph-based search running against Snowflake is able to come up with this business concept that has been documented in a collaborative and inclusive way by all these folks working together, collaborating to explain what this means. Of course, people can use this to find related items, and obviously, since we're talking about Snowflake today and how we're integrated to Snowflake, let's take a look at a table that is used to define orders that happens to live in Snowflake. Here you have all the technical information of how that table is built, but you're also able to add tags and additional information to build up trust in this particular data asset. One of the most important ways we build trust in this asset and help out folks like data engineers is through our federated lineage capability that goes cross-system and helps you determine, what are the upstream resources, in this case, a transactional database that has been ETL'd into Snowflake, and all the downstream consumers of this particular data asset as well, and even exposes how this is built. For example, the DBT model that built this particular asset. And then we go all the way down to the column level as well, so you can see what particular fields got used to, say, drive a particular Tableau dashboard from inception through Snowflake to consumption all the way down. Now, this lineage facility that we have is built on top of our knowledge graph architecture and enables lots of advanced use cases, particularly for Snowflake users, and can provide lineage for more than just technical assets as well. In this case, it is also cataloging roles, policies, and people, so you can see exactly how my particular user, might get access and be assigned access to an asset all the way down in Snowflake. This flexibility extends even to, Snowpark objects as well, being able to catalog and track and build trust in Snowpark functions, draw that lineage all the way through and build up that trust and enable people to collaborate around these items, to discover them, to use them more deeply. One of the best ways we're built on top of Snowflake, though, and I think one of the things that's most impressive, is all of this information, and we have over 2 million users of Data.World who are using this, basically generating data about how they're using data. That stream of events, as people interact with your data, we log all of that and provide that back to our customers as well. This is all generated and available through Snowflake, and also available as Snowflake shares and Snowflake private listings, so that our customers can do advanced analytics on top of how that data is getting used inside their environments by doing things like, in this example here, running a query, which is running against our Snowflake instance, that can tell you how many people decided to make a suggested change to actually this item that we were originally browsing and collaborating on. So, this can be used by builders to then drive further downstream workflows and compliance and audit use cases as well, giving enterprises complete visibility into what's going on in their data analytics ecosystem and being able to, allocate precious time and energy to the assets that are getting most used and providing most value to their organizations.
Cool. So building trust in data by showing what the data is, how it's being transformed, who has access to it, and collaborating on annotating it.
Right, and then providing all of that data back as data to the data teams that need it through Snowflake, of course.
I love it. Let me understand, how did Data.World got to this point?
Oh, wow. So we founded Data.World in 2016 with the idea that we wanted to build a tool to really help people collaborate on data, because I really understand, or I really believe personally, that to truly understand data, you got to be able to use it. You need all this additional information that's sitting in people's heads to add context to the data, and you want to be able to collaborate around that. And people learn and build trust by working together on things. And so we wanted to build tools that really respected that. And we originally targeted the open data community. We learned a lot from working and helping those communities collaborate. We have over 3,000 universities using Data.World, professors using Data.World to teach data practices, to teach SQL on top of it. And it's really, really phenomenal. We were really humbled when a number of enterprises approached us, took a look at what we were doing with the community, and said, we need better catalog and governance tools, one that really respects people and helps us build an inclusive data culture. And it was in that we made the leap into the data catalog and governance space. Now, being a cloud native SaaS platform from the get-go, we were working with Snowflake almost from the beginning. Really happy to have been invited to participate in the marketplace launch, but also to be a really great partner to help Snowflake customers, deploy catalog and governance programs. And then on top of that, realizing the power of the Snowflake platform, we've built our own internal entire analytics platform on top of Snowflake. And then that went so well, and it was so effortless to build out that we were like, let's just integrate that back into the platform itself, as our corporate customers needed to get better and more thorough access to things like those audit logs that we showed off earlier in the demo.
Yeah, I love how you built something great for open data that then people wanted to have inside their enterprise.
Yeah.
And then you started building with Snowflake and making it part of the Snowflake offering, like when the marketplace launched it, you were part of that story.
Absolutely. We're really happy to have participated in the marketplace launch. We're also this federated and collaborative environment that we build up. We have a number of customers who are actually Snowflake marketplace producers. They have their data on the marketplace and internally use Data.World to help manage that process of getting their data into the marketplace, which is a really, really incredible thing to help build that network as well.
And what does it mean for you to be powered by Snowflake?
Like a lot of people, we arrived at Snowflake because our product managers needed to understand what was going on in the Data.World platform. As you can imagine, we have a lot of very data savvy people that work at Data.World and want access to that data themselves. More and more as our company grew, we also had a lot of our customer success team needed access to that data, needed reporting around enterprise customer adoption, and needed help building more data-driven ways to drive adoption within our customer base. And we needed a robust way to deliver that to our customer success team. Because we already used Snowflake as our data analytics platform, we were able to build those products on top of Snowflake. Once our customers got wind of that, they wanted access to it as well. And so all of this was so easy to manage using dbt and Snowflake together that we then were able to create customer views and customer slices of all that analytics data, all that streaming data that we generate. We generate well over 3 million audit log events every day on a per customer basis. All of that has to be processed, transformed into something that's, customer consumable and then presented back to the customers. And the best platform to do that is Snowflake. And so being able to build that back into our platform, and of course, having all that live in Snowflake, we're also able to offer that back to our customers through private exchange listings as well. We do all that processing on that data, and then that presentation of that data back to that customer is all done through the Snowflake platform and kind of behind the scenes as part of it. And look, we too have customers that aren't necessarily Snowflake customers, but that doesn't mean that Snowflake isn't a valuable part of, because it's part of our architecture, ultimately they're using it. They sometimes just don't know it, although we like to help with that as well. So we can offer all of that data back to our customers through private listings or through our own platform. But all of that query, all that analysis, all that usage is all being powered by Snowflake.
Yes, so you have your customers using Snowflake, they use Data.World, and then all the data that you want to share back to your customers from Data.World
all goes through Snowflake. It's Snowflake all the time in all the places at Data.World. And we're really excited. We're so excited to be able to build on a lot of the new capabilities that are currently in private and public preview as well, like native apps, like the container services. Things like dynamic tables are going to be a huge boon to our processing pipelines and being able to orchestrate all of those data flows between us and our customers as well.
Yep, there's so much happening that already in public preview, some in private preview, and you as one of the earliest believers on Snowflake.
Absolutely.
As a catalog, you were there first. Makes it very exciting. When a customer wants to bring Data.World to catalog their data, how does that look like?
Yeah, so most customers, when they sign up for Data.World, they get what we call a private instance of Data.World, which is their own namespace, their own instance of Data.World to start with, and it basically starts as an empty container. They then start generally by modeling the different organizations that they have. Most of our customers are large enterprises, many multinationals, and they'll start by building the organizations and bringing their people in. The next thing that they generally want to do is start cataloging the data assets that they have in Snowflake. Our platform will connect directly to Snowflake, but it can also catalog the information in Snowflake by running an agent that we call DWCC, Data.World Catalog Collector. It's a containerized service that talks directly to their Snowflake instance and extracts all of the metadata and crawls all the metadata, all the objects in Snowflake, and imports that into Data.World, where they can then start curating that, assigning ownership, analyzing roles, access, and policy, for example, as well. So it's a very, very quick and easy setup process because we're both cloud native and really exist in a lot of the same platform.
Nice. And these days, so much is about AI, and I already saw on your demo that you've been sprinkling AI throughout. How do you see what's next?
Well, so for us and AI, there's really, I think 3 things that Data.World can help with and, really fits well with Snowflake as well. First off, look, running a data catalog in a governance program, it's not easy, right? It requires a lot of people coming together, bringing knowledge to the table, and a tool that really fits into their workflow. And that's something that we're really proud to have built at Data.World. But we really want to acknowledge the hard work, energy, and effort that a lot of our customers' data teams put into creating these assets. We want to make it as easy as possible for them to manage those assets and to add knowledge to those assets. And for that, we think that LLMs and generative AI is a great way to add efficiency to what they do. And you saw me demo, for example, being able to automatically generate descriptions of technical assets of, say, DBT models, but that also extends to Snowflake policies, to Snowpark UDFs. You can apply generative AI to help you document and add additional information to those models. Where it starts to get interesting, though, is that's the first thing. Like, how can generative AI make a catalog and governance program better and add efficiency? The second thing that I think a lot of folks want to think about is, how do I use my catalog and governance program to accelerate the adoption of AI within the enterprise? And because of our knowledge graph underpinnings, you can use Data.World to add explainability on top of your AI. Because we can catalog everything. We can catalog the models you're using. Yep. If you're running jobs in Snowflake, training models in Snowflake, we can catalog that, add governance to that, be able to provide explainability through the ontologies and lineage that we have, and then ultimately really build trust in the answers that those models are generating for folks. And then finally, the thing we're really excited about at Data.World is because we have all this knowledge built up in these knowledge graphs that we've built through the data catalog, we can provide those back to other AI models to help have conversations with the data. This provides a context layer for AI and generative AI to use when generating queries and exploring data more quickly. And what we found is that by providing knowledge graph-based context to generative AI models about your data analytics ecosystem, you can really minimize the amount of prompt engineering that you need to do to build accurate and trustworthy AI models.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just thinking how I would use the knowledge graph and
AI together. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
But it's great. Like, so many things are changing. So much is new. But the one word that has not changed throughout our conversation is trust.
Yeah.
How do people get to trust their data, their documents?
Yeah, you want people to use data quickly, right? Mm-hmm. You have a data scientist who might build a model, right? Maybe that model gets baked into some generative AI and you have a chatbot, right? If you have a business person who's asking that bot questions like, how many orders happened in Germany over this particular date range, right? They type it into a box and it spits an answer back out. If that business stakeholder doesn't believe that, if he doesn't trust that, if he has to go back and figure out who created that model by scouring over emails, maybe looking at release notes, if he has to then start asking all sorts of questions about that model, did you consider this? Does this data source get included in that training? He's not going to trust that result. He's not going to make a business decision on it. And all that effort that went into creating it got wasted, right? And so we want to speed up that cycle and tighten up that trust loop so that people will actually use that data.
I like it. So for anyone that wants to try bring Data.World to their world, what are the next steps?
Oh, geez. Please come to our website, Data.World. We have one of those fancy new top-level domains, .world. You can come to Data.World. You can sign up for a demo of Data.World if you want to see our enterprise capabilities, or if you want to join our open community, you can also sign up for free there to scour the world's open data as well, and give it a try. But really encourage any enterprises out there that want to have a different kind of data catalog, a different kind of data governance program, something that's a little bit more inclusive and transparent and promotes data literacy. Sign up for one of those demos. We'd love to show it off to you.
And I would love to learn from them. What do they see in Data.World and how cool their life can be. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for showing off Data.World at Powered by Snowflake.
Thank you so much, Felipe. It's been great showing off Data.World's data catalog platform and how it can increase trust and understanding in enterprise data analytics.
And thank you everyone for tuning to Powered by Snowflake.